Hey guys, hey. Welcome back to Persia Red Space. I couldn't remember what I was supposed to do before the spiritual bath, so we're on spiritual bath time, right? So, I have a couple ingredients that you can put in a bath just to use as some examples. And I'm going to talk about bay rum and about Florida water also going into your spiritual baths. So, spiritual baths have been around for a long time. Even the ancient Egyptians used it. Um, Spiritual baths are not for removing physical dirt off the body. So it is recommended that you take a bath beforehand and or shower and clean yourself first before taking a spiritual bath. Also, what a lot of us forget is that you should probably turn up the heat a little bit if you are one of those people like me that gets cold really easily, because you have to air dry. You cannot wipe yourself off with a towel or cloth. You have to air dry. So unless you want to be cold, turn up the heat or something like that for when you get out the bath or the shower that you are a-okay. So I'm going to talk about the Florida water first, then talk about some ingredients, and then I'm going to talk about the bay rum. I feel like I had something here. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, Florida water. Let me see if I can get you to see that. So, this is the Florida water that I get. When I go back home to Jamaica, there is another Florida water that I get. I forget the name of it. I always run out, and if I have family going back before I go back, I get them to get it, but it's yellow. It's like the neck is like that long instead of this long. Like I said, the fluid is yellow. I really forget what it's called, what the name is. I know it when I see it. I know that the label when I see it. But yeah, Florida water smells awesome. It is considered a cologne. But you can put, honestly, it depends on how big you're going to make your spiritual bath. If you're going to do like a whole full big bath, I would put like between 3 and 5 capfuls of this in there. It has a lot of different essential oils. It has like a vodka base. And it is for cleansing, purification, and protection. So some people tend to use this in their protection sprays as well. Some people like to use this in their cleansing sprays. You can use this actually to cleanse, purify, and protect your crown. Some people will put like a teaspoon or so in a spray for the hair, mixed in with some oils for the hair to keep it growing and moisturized, whatever. It has been used in conjuring hoodoo for a very long time. Bay rum has also been another one that has been used that I will talk about later. I don't have one on me, but I have some information on it. But Florida water is very an all-in-one if you're doing a protection, cleansing, or purification bath. So it's good to put that in there. Another ingredient that you can put in your bath. Let's see, make sure I can get the name of it. Pink salt of the Himalayas. So let me take some out to show you guys. This is a good salt to put in your spiritual bath and let it dissolve. Spiritual baths, I say make them as hot as you can take it, and you sit in there until it cools down. So this will dissolve in your spiritual bath. You can also use sea salt, whether it's fine, whether it's coarse. If it's coarse, it's probably going to be a little bit bigger, so you want to use like a chunk or two. With the refined, not the refined, but the refined smaller salt, kind of reminds you of table salt or something like that. You can between like 2 tablespoons into a spiritual bath. Salt is a good protection. It's kind of like doing a salt circle, except that you're putting it on your skin. Now, mind you, using salt on your skin does dry your skin out. So after you have air dried from your spiritual bath, it is a great idea to make sure you put lotion on, because you're pulling out impurities as well as drying out the skin. Now, some of us put Epsom salt in there. Epsom salt is still a salt. It'll still help cleanse. It'll actually help expound upon the Himalayan sea salt or the sea salt. So when you put that in there, for all of us that are ripping and running, for athletes, for people that work out, that do physical labor, that will also help your muscles along with giving you some protection. So throw a little bit of Epsom salt, the same amount that you would throw in if you were doing like a bath for sore muscles. A couple tablespoons, 2 to 3. I mean, you already got the other sea salt in there, so unless you want your bath extra salty, you don't have to put too much in there. What else do I have? I have eucalyptus oil, and I'm covering the name because I buy in bulk, and I'm not really trying to advertise anybody. I'm just trying to show you some oils. So this is eucalyptus oil. Eucalyptus is also good for protection. Another great additive to have eucalyptus is it helps with your sinuses. It helps with your breathing. So when you breathe that in, it opens things up. Like if you ever had Vicks Vapor Rub, how you put it on your chest and you breathe it in, and all of a sudden you can smell from 10 miles away. Yes, this will do the same thing. It's one of the ingredients of Vicks Vapor Rub. So it also protects, but it also opens up your airways. And it is okay for the skin. It's not a problem. How many drops you say? 5 to 7 drops can go into the bathtub. And this is if you're not putting the herbs and stuff and everything in a pot and pre-boiling. And this is if you're not putting everything in a sachet or a tea bag. Because for those that don't want to deal with the fuss of having herbs, you can put the herbs in here first. You can put the crystals in here first or second. And then you can do the drops of essential oils on top of all that. And then, about to say, where'd the other part go? Excuse me. Cinch it up. Throw it in the tub. And as you're filling up the tub with the hot water, it is marinating. It is creating its own tea. You have everything in there. And if you want to, you can just leave the crystal in the bathtub because it's not going to go down the drain unless you just have a really big hole or a really, really small crystal. But if you just want to have everything out all at once, you can put the crystal in here. The energy, the vibrations still work. And what crystal you say? Crystal depends on what vibrations you want to work with. Clear quartz is always a very good crystal to use because it amplifies the energy. It is a master healing crystal. It cleanses the aura, helps you out with the energy field, also gives you a bit of protection. So this is a great one to just drop into the water if you want to. Where's my other crystal that I can show you right quick, fast, in a hurry? While the clear quartz is good to use for any type of bath to amplify the energy, this is rose quartz. So this stone is absolutely perfect for doing heart chakra baths, for healing trauma that has happened from childhood or heartbreak from anything or anybody in the heart. It also brings back in unconditional love, it brings back in harmony, and it brings back in trust into the heart so that you are able to move forward. Along with healing the heart and the heart chakra, stimulating it and allowing a love vibration, a universal love frequency to vibrate from you, it attracts the love that you deserve and that you're supposed to have, whether it's from friends, whether it's from family, whether it's from a significant other. If you are trying to attract a mate into your life, this will help you also achieve that and get on the frequency that you are supposed to be on for the person that you want. So any love baths got going on, this is perfect. And then, putting these two together, this is going to amplify this. So you could put them both in the bathtub or both in the little sachet or the tea bag and get it popping, right? Okay. So crystals, we did that essential oil. This is another one that is good. Let me see. Rosemary. Rosemary is a purification and protection oil as well. So if you were doing the Florida water, you could put in some eucalyptus and some rosemary to add some extra umph to it. Or you could just do eucalyptus and rosemary, or you could just do rosemary. It really just depends on the amount of protection that you feel that you need at the time. Sometimes we're already protected and we just want something extra. Sometimes we don't feel like we have any protection and we just want to be covered in it. And either way is fine. However you want to do it is great. Doesn't make a big difference, right? So rosemary is also good for anti-inflammatory. So again, if you throw it in with some Epsom salt and just some salt or whatever, great for your muscles to reduce the inflammation, but you're also being purified, you're also being cleansed, and you're also being protected at the same time. Isn't that like an all-in-one? Isn't that like freaking awesome, right? So what else do we have? Did it fall behind me? No. So we have chamomile here. I'm trying to show you guys this dried chamomile herb without dropping it. Chamomile is not only good to drink as a real tea, which creates calm and relaxation. It is great to pair up with lavender as a tea. But again, for calm and relaxation baths, and you can add the calm and relaxation to any protection because lavender is also a protection herb. You can add in some relaxation so that you can relax while you're getting protected. Put some of this in. How much? Truly up to you. Again, you can probably put a tablespoon in your bath or in your little tea bag or whatever, or a little bit less than that. It just depends on you. I like to go with how I feel. So how I feel depends on how much I'm going to put in the bath. Great for relaxation, peace, calm. Excellent. Excellent. I have another one. Everybody should know about this. If you've ever celebrated Christmas, you should know about mistletoe. So they have this little thing on here. It's kind of small letters. Sorry, y'all. Like, this is really small letters. What does it say? It gets rid of negative spirits, negative spells, and is used in exorcisms. It increases magical potency. Oh, my bad. Y'all, don't kill me. This is mandrake. I thought it was mistletoe. Mandrake. So it's great for exorcisms, getting rid of negative energies. It is still good protection. Mistletoe is good for protection too. If you've ever gotten dried mistletoe, be careful. Just like mandrake, it is poisonous. I would recommend that you keep it in a sachet and that you do not get any of the bath water in any cuts or bruises. Do not get them in your mouth at all. It is mandrake and mistletoe, poisonous. So you want to be very careful. Now, this is great to dress candles with, as well as the mistletoe. This is what mandrake looks like. As long as it's not ingested, it's safe. So, mandrake, if you feel like you've been cursed, or you feel like you have negative spirits around you, or say you are a little bit more seasoned and you do exorcisms, mandrake can be used. I personally use it for protection and getting rid of negative spirits and entities. Like if I feel like I've been outside for too long, or I've been around a lot of people and their energy is kind of sketch, I'm just like, okay, protection bath, but I also need to get rid of negativity. So you can, like I said, it's easy to put it in one of these little bags so that you don't have to do with the cleanup. Because if it's loose leaf tea, I mean, if you're putting just the herbs in there, you're going to have to clean that up afterwards, unless like you just have an awesome bath and you don't have to worry about that. Also, if you are pre-prepping your bath, which is like placing the herbs in a pot and making a tea, you strain it in a strainer, keep the liquid. Wait till the liquid kind of cools down a little bit, and then put your essential oils in, because essential oils can lose their potency when they're in water or fluid that's too hot. So you want to let it cool a little bit, and then you could pour some of the Florida water, pour the salt, and like let it dilute. And then when you've gotten the bath to the temperature that you need it in, pour it in. You can do it that way as well. Okay, say you don't have a bathtub. I don't have a bathtub. I just have a shower, right? How are you going to do a spiritual bath? Like, this is going to be freaking crazy, right? How do you do a bath? Easy. You get a glass bowl, which I do not have in front of me, but you get a glass bowl or any type of bowl, wooden bowl, whatever. It's big enough. It just has to be big enough. You pre-make the tea. You pour it in a bowl. You take your shower. You get a fresh, clean rag. And from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, you wipe yourself. To get rid of things, you wipe yourself down. To bring things in, you wipe yourself up. To be in balance, half up, half down. So when I'm doing chakra work, I'll do and then do. But when I'm bringing things in, bottom of the soles, up to the top. When I'm taking things away, top of the head to the bottom of the soles. And you just wipe. And then when I'm done making sure I got everything, if there's any more tea left in that bowl, I'm just going to pour the rest on top of my head. And remember, once I get out that shower, it's going to be hot. Because I turned up the temperature, and I'm not going to freeze my ass off while waiting for that whole spiritual bath to dry. Okay, now, bay rum. Let me go back a little bit. The price of Florida water has been fluctuating because a lot more people have been getting into spirituality, or have been hearing about the benefits of having Florida water. You can make your own Florida water. There's a lot of recipes out there. I don't personally have one right now that I can share because I still get mine from home. And I don't really have the time right now to make my own Florida water. I've done it before, but it can be kind of tedious. Bay rum is also something that you can make. It is a little less tedious to make. It's basically rum, allspice, and bay leaves placed all together. You let it set and sit in the dark for like a week or so after saying, some protective words. You can also add salt into it. If you want to, you can add protective essential oils. These are all like alternatives that you can place into the bay rum. The bay rum is if you're stuck on money, is a cheaper source, or if you need to budget, is a cheaper source. It is more traditionally used in hoodoo work. Me being Caribbean, the Florida water has always been in my family being used for me. I'm of Jamaican descent, so that's what we always used. Some people prefer bay rum, but they both do the same thing. Just one is a lot cheaper. Um, I know the Florida water has more oranges and lemon, like more of a citrusy thing going on for the most part, where the allspice and the bay leaves are the majority. And when you are trying to get rid of negative spirits, entities, and things like that, alcohol works. Whereas Florida water uses vodka, bay rum is using rum. Either or is good. It just depends on your preference. It's not really a big thing. There are places that sell it online. You can go to your local Botanica, or you could just make your own and go how you feel with it. There is no wrong way to do it. The different types of spiritual baths could be removing negativity, like I said, love, chakra work. You do it for spiritual cleansing. You can do it for hex removal, binding removal, negative spell removal. You can do it for healing. You can do it for wealth and money coming in. You just change the crystals for your intentions. You change the herbs for your intentions. Like you would use alfalfa for money. You would use citrine for success and wealth. Green aventurine for prosperity and abundance. You would use pennyroyal oil or the plant to deal with money. Some people like to use purple candles for money, gold candles for success and wealth, green candles for abundance, prosperity, and money. White candles can be used for anything. It is the default color for whatever. So if you want to burn white tea lights in the bathtub with you to give it an ambiance, or you can like do the red candles for the love, or pink candles. Tea lights. I'm all thinking about tea lights because they take less time to burn, unless you're okay with putting out the candles. For healing, we would go with brown. We would go with blues. We would even go with greens. What else? For protection and stuff like that, we would go with white. You can even do black if you're doing protection. That's fine as well. It just depends. To neutralize negativity and things like that, you can go with gray. Like I said, white works for everything. So just stick with white tea lights unless you just want to be fancy and stuff. What else about spiritual baths? The length of time that you're in there just depends on how long it takes to cool. I would visualize whatever it is your intentions is, whether it's protection or whatever, visualizing a shield. You can say some prayers and some words about the shield that is being built around you, or the love that you're bringing in, or the healing that you are calling upon. You can make it your own words. Most people don't understand that the most powerful spells you have are the ones that you make up because it's your emotion, your feeling, and it's your words. Other spells and rituals and things like that are potent, but they may not be as potent for you because they're not from your heart. They're from someone else's. So when people like to ask me, what do I say when I do a spiritual bath? I can tell you what I said, but that's for me and my heart. What I said may not resonate with you, so it's better for you to make your own thing. The best thing, though, is to visualize what it is that you want, what it is you're trying to put in, and it won't be such a, it shouldn't be a hard thing. You can even pre-write it as you're putting everything together so you can read it from a paper, or you can just say it from your heart, like impromptu. What are some other things? Music also works if you want to do binaural beats, if you want to do the chakra YouTubes, if you have like if you want to use deity chants that are good for protection, like Durga and Kali. If you want to do like a road opening and you want to use a Ganesha chant, or if you found a Papa Legba one, you can do that. You have a lot of options. You have so many alternatives to make these baths your own. Yes, you can even buy baths from different local witches that you trust, or witches that you've seen on the internet that have good reviews, or that you trust their energy. Me personally, I've been asked to make baths. I don't advertise it, but I've been asked, and I'll do it. But I always tell people to try to experiment on their own and make their own, unless they really just don't have the time and they just really need something that they know is already charged. It's clean. They don't really have to do much except drop it in and do their visualizations. That's perfectly fine. No problem with that. I'll even leave a contact information for you guys to contact me if you want a spiritual bath made. But there are a lot of people that make them, and like I said, it's a quick, easy DIY. You can pretty much do it yourself. You really don't need help for that. Did I miss anything? Please be mindful that your spiritual bath is made up of water. And because it is made up of water, water is a sacred element, being that water cleanses as is. It washes away negative things. It can be programmed. Like you can speak into a bottle of water and program it. Water responds with positive shapes when it is spoken to in a loving manner. If you speak to it negatively, it responds with convoluted and just messed up looking shapes that look very just weird and haphazard. So you can chant to your water while it's filling up. Remember that it is already cleansing. So if you're taking a shower, you can talk to your water and tell it to wash off and cleanse you from the day, from the negativity, from the any and everything. Like baths were done by royalty back in the day. They did milk baths. Goat's milk was a good bath because it was good for the skin, good for getting off negativity. Even whole milk from a cow was also good for the skin and good for getting off negativity. You can also do a coconut milk bath that is great for the crown chakra. It is good for any intuitive, psychic, seers, or mediums. I do like both goat's, cow's milk, and coconut milk bath. It just depends on what I'm trying to do with it. But the addition of water, alkaline water, definitely really helps with ailments to the body, because disease cannot live in an alkaline state. So bathing in alkaline water also helps, and you can add alkaline water to the bath. Another thing, if you have shungite water, shungite is a crystal. It takes 12 to 24 hours once you put shungite into water for it to make it alkaline and give it the nutrients and minerals that is needed. If you have, and you just need to make sure you have the real shungite. Shungite water is ingestible. You can drink it. A lot of people will make shungite water with distilled water, and they will pour that gallon of water that they've had the shungite sitting in into their spiritual bath. So you're not only detoxifying your body, because the shungite detoxifies the body inside and on the outside. It grounds, it aligns, and harmonizes all of the chakras. It is a very protective stone against EMF, radiation, against electromagnetic smog, things of that nature. So putting that in your spiritual bath also gives you a little bit more holistic, a lot more detox, a lot more protection. And just, it's definitely great for the skin and will definitely bring that glow out. Have I left out anything else that you might need for a spiritual bath? I don't think so. You could do herbs. You know about the water, the crystals, the essential oils, the salt. I think I got everything. And we were talking about how you can have the candles around for the ambiance. And if you don't want to put crystals in the bathtub, you can line them around the bathtub to give it an extra ambiance. You can put flowers in there, like rose petals for the love, but rose petals also work for protection. So don't forget that. So you can put rose petals in there when you're trying to protect yourself, because don't forget that roses have thorns. What else is there? Lavender flowers for the calm and the protection and the peace. Hibiscus, jasmine flowers. So you have different things that you can put in there, and just be creative about it. So I hope you guys got a lot out of this video. Please let me know your experiences with having spiritual baths, how they worked for you. And if I missed anything, let me know. People, we got to know about how to do these spiritual baths, huh? If you want to know how often to do your spiritual baths, honestly, I'd say once a week. Some people do them once a month. Some people forget, may do them once every couple months. Some people may feel like there's something specific going on in their life and they might want to do it every other day to every 3 days. Perfectly fine, will not hurt you, will not harm anything. Do it as much as you like. There is no right and wrong way with this. Just be safe, be careful, know what plants are poisonous, know what plants can and cannot go on your skin, know what you're allergic to, know what essential oils can and cannot affect the skin. Like, certain oils should not be placed in a bath. And for us ladies, be careful of your lady parts. We can be pretty sensitive. Now that I'm thinking about it, another protection fluid that you can put into a spiritual bath is apple cider vinegar, ACV. I know in my household, in my culture, we use ACV to hide ourselves from spirits so that we can't be seen, especially if someone is throwing something at you. When you take a ACV bath or ACV is added into the bath for a couple of days, you are hidden, you are cloaked, you can't be smelled, you can't be seen no matter what you're wearing. So we do that. I know of others that do that. So apple cider vinegar is good. Apple cider vinegar, if it's the real thing of real quality, for us ladies, it shouldn't affect, in the words of some of my friends, your hoo-ha. It shouldn't affect your hoo-ha, but if you are very sensitive, then make sure you know what works for your body and what doesn't. Because some of the things I mentioned may not work for you. Like, you might not be able to do the salt, or you may not be able to do the Florida water because there's too many ingredients, or whatever, the ingredients don't agree with you. Just make sure you know what you're putting in, or just make it simple in the beginning when you just start, so that you know what you can and can't take. You don't want to irritate your body. You don't want to irritate your hoo-ha. You don't want to do that. Even you fellas, you don't want to irritate your man parts or anything like that. So just be very careful and aware of what you may be allergic to and what may be a skin irritant for you. So with that being said, happy bathing or happy showering and doing what you have to do. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. You never know who needs help on a spiritual bath. You never know. You never know. You never know. Especially people that was waiting in the cold to dry off. Just heat up the house real quick, or put a heater in the bathroom. That way you could dry off quicker and you ain't gotta freeze off your tush. Okay? Until next time, I will see you guys. Thank you for being here in Persia Red Space. And it is always great to be with you guys and just share the knowledge that Spirit is giving me to give to you guys. Until next time. Bye.